Alright, here we are back at the channel, folks. Welcome back to MOJO Shop Guitar. This here is the next guitar we are going to do. This one's already been pre-disassembled, as you can see. But yeah, it needs some help. It is a nice little guitar, Les Paul style. You know, it's got a nice little body on it and stuff like that, nice and clean. It's got some nice wood to it, you know. But it's seen better days. It is called a YMC. Never heard of that. I've heard of the YMCA, but I've never heard of that. Of course, then it says up here at the top, it says Stedman Pro. So I don't know what Stedman Pro is, but Stedman Pro is off center. And guess what? Stedman Pro is going to be gone and replaced by MOJO Shop Guitar. But it's got a nice little neck on it, you know. Not too bad, you know. Les Paulish. You know, see, YMC. I don't know what that means. Maybe York Music Company. Your music company? I have no idea. But we're going to get this thing over to the bench. Get it all fixed up. We got some new pickups for it. And we got some new pickup rings. And we're going to get some strings on it. And we thought the neck was all messed up, but it was just the truss rod was way tight. So we had to do a little work on that already. That's why it's off. It needs a nut. And a new logo, and some going over, and we better hurry up because, you know, this guy is wanting to get his guitar back, you know, so what do you say we take this over to the bench? Welcome to MOJO Shop Guitar, baby! Well, here we are over at the bench, and you get a little bit closer look at this right here. You know, we got the pickups are taped in there so they won't fall out, you know, they won't fall over the place. But, you know, it's got some cream-colored stuff on it. You know, it's just your basic board affair with a Les Paul. But it looks like it's got some real nice wood on it. It's got some nice binding. It looks like it's got some quality materials in it. You know, it is a bolt-on neck. But, you know, it's not looking too bad on the back. The back looks pretty nice. Looks like it's going to clean up pretty nice. There's really not too many scuff marks or anything on it. A couple. But we're going to make this one look real nice. And as you can see, the neck over here, let's take a look at the neck. The neck is, you know, it's a neck. It's got to take this logo, the Stedman Pro thing here, is just really raised up. So that's going to come off there. It just looks like it's, I don't know what it is. But it's got the branded YMC tuners, and we're going to keep those because they feel pretty good. And if they don't, we're going to give those, we're going to lube them up, we're going to do everything known to man, we're going to make this neck real nice and smooth. It is a little bit rough right along here, along the edges. It needs, you know, it's got some fret sprout. Looks like it's dry. It just needs some help, so we're going to take care of that. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this body taken apart. We're going to get everything taken off this, and when we get done with that, we'll be right back. Alright, well, we got it all disassembled here at the pickup side of it. The only thing we left in there was the pots, because we didn't want to have to take out the three-way switch back here and stuff and mess with all that. So we just went in there and we lubed the pots up, cleaned them out, and give them a little bit of lubricant, so now they're all working real nice and easy. And you can see this is a nice looking little guitar. It's got some nice wood on it. You know, it's not really, you know, it's not made cheap or nothing like that. It's got a little bit of weight to it. It sure does look nice, but it needs a little bit cleaning up, a little polishing, so that's what we're going to do next. We're going to get it all cleaned up, and we're going to just go over it with some stuff and try to get it cleaned up a little bit. So I'll be right back when I get something to clean it up with. Alright, just got myself a wet rag with a little bit of soap on it. We're just going to start off nice and simple and give it a nice wipe down. Try to get in some of these cavities a little bit. I think what I might do is I think I got a little bit of a toothbrush up here. I might just try to get in there and get a little bit of that stuff out of there before I get it all messed up. You can go around the back here. Some of this polishing compound out of the back here. That stuff seems to want to get everywhere. And up here too. Get some of the back here. I guess you guys can't see that. I guess you can now though. Get in there, get that all cleaned up. Okay. Turn it over. Get in there just a little bit better. It's all dried up. Okay. Got in there, we got that. And now we're going to just sort of get down in there and the rag. Try to get some of that stuff out of there. You know, we're not going to get it all out of there, but we're going to get it cleaner. It's going to look nicer. You know. Really should have done it at the factory. Should have went there with something and sprayed that all up, made it look nice. Don't take but a couple seconds to make it look nice, does it? Okay. We're going to go ahead and finish wiping down the front, the back, and then we're going to give it a nice polishing with just a dry cloth. We're going to rub it real good, wash all the stuff off it, give it a real good drying with a clean towel, and then we'll be back to show you how shiny it is. Alright, excuse me. Alright, we are back. Look how nice and dark and rich that looks. That is really nice. And you know, there's still a little bit of schmutz on it, you know, but we got most of the stuff cleaned off it. But it's clean enough to go ahead and buff it out. So we're going to take the buffing wheel after this. There's the front. The front turned out pretty nice. There's just a couple little spots that have a little something stuck on it. And then you're going to need a little polishing. A few little scratches. But it's looking good. We got the cavities cleaned up pretty decent. But yeah, she's going to come around real nice. So, we got the body all cleaned up and stuff like that. We're probably going to take this over and give it a nice polishing and stuff like that. But what I want to do next, though, I want to get started on the neck. So we're going to set that over to the side. We're going to get this old neck out here. Okay. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take all these tuners off here. We're just going to go ahead and loosen up all the nuts. Not that they're tight or anything like that. 9 times out of 10 when I go to loosen these up there, then when I go to take these off, they're already loose. So we'll go ahead and disassemble this neck. And when we get back, when I'm done with that, let me put it that way, when I'm done disassembling that, which means just taking these tuners off here, you know, heck, I might as well just stick around. I got them half off now. What I'm talking about coming back for. Like it's going to take a long time. But I do want to get these pickup screws set over there, though. Gotta keep your stuff organized. Those off there. These just got little regular, just look like they got regular old washers in them. Nothing special. Now we'll come back to the back here. We'll go ahead and take these screws out. And that's how your tuner comes out, just like that. Well, bam. Easy peasy. Go ahead and finish this up. Remember to always grab onto the screwdriver with 2 hands if you can. Helps stop scratches and stuff like that. And see, I'll just go over these and get all the screws off so they're loose. Well, I got the screwdriver in my hand, and then I'll go pluck them out after I'm done with getting the last screw out. I just make sure that they're out all the way. There, see? And you know, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find some sawdust underneath there. See, some sawdust, because what they do is they don't have holes on these. So what they do is they slap this tuner in there, like this here, slap it in. See, and then they go, oh man, that looks straight, and then they drill the hole through the thing and put a screw in it. So it leaves the sawdust behind. And then we come along, we clean it up, make it look nice. Yeah, an old Stedman Pro, that's going to have to go. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this, we're going to clean this up a little bit, you know, give it a little wipe down, give it a little wash, and then we'll get started on it. And we're probably going to have to plug some extra holes in the back of the neck here. Figure out which holes are which. Looks like somebody's already tried to plug one of them. So, yeah, we'll get to the bottom of it. So, we'll be right back. Well, we got the tuners all off it. And we got the old Stedman Pro off there. And it is really amazing how close this is to a Epiphone headstock. You know, if I didn't know better, I'd say, yeah, this is the Epiphone, but, you know, it's not. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. We did not get the fretboard wet or anything like that. Didn't do anything to the fretboard. We just, you know, went over the headstock with a soapy rag and a dry rag. Got all the, you know, all the oil and whatever else is on it. Got it clean, as clean as we can get it. I've been really staying away from the rubbing alcohol and stuff like that, cleaning the fretboard with it, but that's about it. Got to get a nut on it, which we are going to do. But we're going to set this sucker over the side here, and we're going to get on top of going in and getting the body polished up. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take some polishing compound here, and our good old rag, and we're just going to give it a good hand rubbing, and this will really bring out the finish and stuff like that. Then we'll give it a little wax and a little bit of buff and polishing, and boy, it's going to shine just like a brand new penny. So when we get it all polished up and stuff, we'll be back. All right, here we are. Look at this one, man. This is beautiful. Look at the shine on it. We got it buffed and polished within an inch of its life. Look at that right there. Look how dark and red that is. And the back is just as beautiful as you can. Oh, there you go. There's the beauty of it all. It's looking really good. So, we are about the time where we're going to have to tackle this neck. So I think that's the next thing we're going to do, is we're going to do the neck on this. So we're right back. Alright, now we're going to start on this neck here. We're going to get this thing. We had to put this in the jig, in the vise, to get it, because it had a back bow on it. You know, it was curved on the top. So we had to get it so that it was recessed. So that it has a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of recess in it, you know. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get our floppy gauge out here. We're just going to throw our straight edge again across there. We want to see just how much we got. We got a little bit of sliding through there in the middle. You can see it slides through. Woo, right there. So what we want to do is we're going to tighten this up a little bit. We're going to get out our truss rod here, tightener, and we're going to tighten this up just a little bit until we can get a little bit of, take that relief out of there. And I think that's looking pretty good right there. Okay, just a little bit back up. Alright. Alright, let's see what we got here now. See, there's a few low frets, but the majority of them are hitting. So I can go with a couple of low frets. See, there's, let me see, there's one right there. See that one there sticking through? And that's the only one. So what I might do is I might just go like this across the top of there a little bit. And I'm just sort of keeping the one end down. Sometimes that kind of taps that down a little bit. So now we'll give it another reading. I think we're just going to live with that. Maybe we'll tighten it up just a wee bit, just to see how that's doing there. See, I like to do it along the edge too, so we can see how that's doing. So you can do it in the middle, and the middle can look just fine. I think I'm going to leave it right there. And what we'll do is we will see what it does once we get, it's pretty good and level right now. There's like a low fret. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and level this thing off. We'll get my marker. We're going to put some marks on this. You know how we do it. We take the marker and we put a black line right across there like that. Okay? And then what we do is we come along with our leveling beam and we take all that black marker off there. And I'll tell you one thing, these are some nice big thick jumbo frets. So lots of meat on them. So we can go ahead and get this all level. See, okay, then we got the marks on there. Just like that. And as I'm doing this, I can kind of feel how smooth the fret is. Okay? Alright. So we went over there. Now we're going to take our leveling beam, which just has a little bit of really smooth sandpaper on it, and we're just going to go across here a little bit, just back and forth, just kind of seeing what's going on. See where it's taking it off at, where it's not taking it off at. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to support my work here with a little bit with the foam. Okay, now I can see where it's taking it off, coming off across here, but in the middle it's just not. So must have the dogs must be wanting to get outside or something. They don't get any. They don't understand. I'm trying to make a video over here. All right. We'll widen out a little bit. See how we're doing here. All right. Well, we're getting pretty close. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go let the dogs out. Alrighty. Well, we got all the black marker off the top of the frets. There was a couple of low frets that did take a little bit of work, but luckily there's lots of meat left on these frets. So then there's some jumbo so that we get in there and get all that stuff off there. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to crown the frets. We're going to find our fret crowning tool, which is right here. Doesn't look like much, but it has these little notches in it for the frets, and we're going to use it on the jumbo fret. And basically what we did is when we leveled this like this, we flattened out the top of the frets. Now there's a big flat spot across the top, and that's not good. So we want to make it a little bit of a point. So what this tool here does is it makes a little bit of point. And all we do is we just set it on there and go back and forth like this. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to put some marker on these so we can see what we're doing too. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some marker across these, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we'll be right back. Okay, let's tighten it in a little bit. Okay, we went ahead and we put some more marker on the top there. And seeing that these are jumbo frets, I'm going to find my biggest fret slot here. Because it's made for jumbo. And we're just going to go over top of this like this. Real nice and easy, not trying to use any force or anything. But what we're doing is we're taking off that flat spot. And now I'm just going to inspect that to see if I got a nice little line of marker down the middle of that. And it's a little bit flat on this side of here, so we're going to just go do this side just a little bit more. And you got to kind of give it. You get a feel for it. I kind of just do it till it feels smooth. And that's looking pretty good. So what we do is we go ahead and we do that to all the frets, all the way up and down the fretboard. And when we get done with that, when I get done with that, we'll be right back. I'll be right back. Jesus. Okay. We went and leveled everything out. We got all the fret ends all done. We filed all the fret ends so they're nice and smooth. But they still have just a little bit of work to be done. It has to be smoothed out with a little bit of sandpaper, just sort of to take the little edge off of it, just a little tiny bit. We smooth it out just a bit. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take just a little bit of sandpaper here. Oh, let's see what I'm going to start off with. Start off with just a little bit of this old 220 here. And see, I'm just wrapping it around my finger like that right there. I'm going to just widen out a little bit. And I'm basically just going to go over this edge a little bit, real lightly, not putting any pressure on it. I don't really want to cut, I just want to kind of smooth things out a little bit. And I'll keep it folded over like that, keep it folded so it gets in between. And I'm just trying to go over that edge a little bit, and then I'll go over this edge a little bit. Same thing on this side. Trying to get things smooth. And we'll go over this one side one more time. Yeah, I'll change the spot just a little bit. On the paper. Alright. Let's feel that. Just want a little bit right across there. Nice. Okay. Now, we're going to move up to a piece of 400 here, okay? So now we're going to do the same thing again with piece 400. We're just sort of going over the edge a little bit. Trying to keep things, make things smooth. Use a fresh piece of the newspaper, or the sandpaper there. And see, now this time I'm just going to kind of go around a little circles too. So I kind of want to just, I'm trying to smooth everything out. Okay, and we'll go over to this side and do the same thing. Trying to smooth it all out. We'll go back over it again. And feeling it with your finger in the sandpaper, you can feel this getting smooth. Okay, I'm just going to kind of go over the frets a little bit too, because we did use the file on those. So we'll just go over these frets a little bit. That paper just right. And we're just trying to get everything just as nice and as smooth as we can possibly get it. Tell you what, we're going to keep going down and we're going to end up with 1500. And when we get ready to polish these frets up, I'll be back. Alrighty, we are back, and we are going to polish these frets up, and we're going to get them nice and shiny. Excuse me. Okay. I'm getting my little, I got a little bit of just good old chrome polish here. Just regular old stuff. We're going to take a little bit, put on a rag right here, just like that, right there. Okay. And then we got a little piece here that we put across the fret, and we just basically give it a polish right on the top, over the top of it with the polish. Gets it really nice and clean. I mean, gets it nice and shiny. You know, it doesn't take a whole lot. We'll move on to the next fret. You see what we're doing here. Okay. And as you can see, that looks much shinier than the other one. See how dull that one looks instead of shiny how those look. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and finish up those frets there. We're going to polish all these frets just like that. And when we get done, we'll be right back. We'll show you how clean and nice and shiny they look. All right, we got the frets all polished up real nice. They look real nice. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take some of our good old coconut oil. We're going to put some of that right on the fretboard all the way up and down. We'll widen out a little bit. We'll go all the way up and down the fretboard here. You get a little bit all over. See, a little bit goes a long way too. We're just trying to get a little bit in there. Now we're going to rub it in real good everywhere. Get it Looking real nice. See, that's some hydrated because it's all dried out. We've been just using alcohol on it, so it's going to get it dry. So we're putting some moisture back on it, and I'm trying to rub it in good, so that it gets all over real good. All right, makes sense. Okay, now we're gonna let that sit there. See how nice it looks now. But it's oily. It's not oily, but you know, it's getting some love. We'll let that set for a second, and then we'll wipe it off. We'll go both ways here. Doop, 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 doop. You see how nice that looks now? It's got some hydration to it. It's feeling good. Alright, so we're done with the neck. All we gotta do is just, well, we gotta put the stuff. We're gonna do the headstock next. So let's go get ready to do a headstock, and we can move on. Alright, we are back, and we are starting to reassemble this beautiful guitar. We're going to put the pickup selector switch, got that back in there, and now we are going to show you the brand new pickups that we got. Got a pair of these double cream pickups. We got these off of Amazon. They're real nice. They're high output pickups, and we got some new rings for it, so we're going to go ahead and install these. And they're going to just sit right down there just like that. So we got another one over here too. Got a couple of them. They come real nicely packaged. You know, right there. Got another one. We'll put both these on. Get it sounding good. And when we get this body reassembled, we'll be right back. Alright, we are back. And we got this. I gotta show you something, man. It turned out real nice. Turned out real nice. Look at that headstock. MOJO shop guitar. Looking good, looking proud. Look at that. It looks real nice. Turned out real nice. I had to redo it though. It didn't turn out good the first time. I sprayed it with some clear and it ran all over the place, so I don't know what happened. And then you can see we got the body here, looking real good. And we're about ready to marry these two up, get them together. But first of all, we're going to slide that up and out of the way, I think, a little bit here. Let's see, where can we put her at over here? That looks like a good spot. Put her right over there. We got some business to take care of on this headstock here. Got to get some tuners back in it. So we're going to get all these tuners here, all the little screws, all the little parts, washers, and all kinds of little junk. And we got us a nut for it and everything. Okay. You know, these are pretty self-explanatory. We're going to go through them and give them a little bit of oil and loosen them up a little bit. And what we're going to do is we are going to take a little screw. Aha, here we go. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take this little screw here on the end. See all these, let's tighten it a little bit. See all these, well, not all tuners, but a lot of tuners have this little screw right here in the end. And basically all you do is you take that little screw and just loosen it up a little bit. And that makes that just a little bit easier to turn if it's a little too tight. And you can just loosen it just a little bit until it's just about right tightness, okay? So we'll do that, and then we take just a little bit of our good old super oil, and we just put a couple little drops right down in there. And that gets in there, and you can just feel that loosen things right up right away. And that's about all you got to do to it, just so it makes it, you know, gives it a little bit of life. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that, and then we're going to get them installed. So we'll be right back. Alright, we got the tuners all lubed up and adjusted. Now it's time to install them. So we're just going to turn this over like this, and we're going to put these tuners in there like that. Put them in their respective holes. Okay. One was over there hiding. Thought I went through those pretty quick. We're gonna do some oil. Oh yeah. He didn't want to go back on the guitar. It don't matter. You do what you're told. The tuner that didn't do what it was told. It's alright. It's okay. Alright, gotta find my little tiny screwdriver. There it is. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the screws in the back of these. We're gonna go ahead and just get the screws in there. Now we're not gonna tighten them all the way down. I'll tell you why, because I want to get the front assembled. I want to get the screws, I want to get the parts that go on the front. I'm gonna get them in there, and then we'll tighten everything down. Just want to get it lined up so it's. You know, I kind of learned that from being a mechanic on cars. You know, you get your assembly together, get the bolts in there. You know, you don't tighten everything down right away. Just get everything in there, and then if everything lines up, everything looks good, then go ahead and tighten it all down. So that's what we're kind of doing here. There we go, there's a screw in there. Hey, there it is, it was hiding. Well, where'd the last screw go? It was hiding underneath the washer. Alright. Yeah, I'm just getting them down there just a little bit more. Alright. Now they're not going to fall out. We can go ahead and we can take our little screw nut bolt thing, and that just slips right over the top there, and then that just gets screwed on here. And I'm pretty sure I got my 10mm over here to do that with. Okay, anyways, we're just going to get all these back on here and tightened up, and we'll tighten up the screws in the back and everything like that, and when we get done with all that, we'll be back. Alright, we got some tuners on this bad dog. Look at that. Don't that look nice? The big old MOJO shop guitar and some tuners on there. Pretty soon it's going to be a whole guitar. We have it all put together. It's got the nice, really, really dark red back on it. It's almost brown. This neck turned out really nice. It's nice and smooth. Oh man. I'll tell you what. I'm going to get out the big screwdriver here. Ain't really that big, but it's the bigger one. Bigger of the two. And we're going to put us a guitar together. What do you say we get this bad right over here? These screws through there. Just knock on there. Got it putting up there good. Get her where she needs to be. That's going to go up a little bit here so we see what we're doing. Alright, here we go. We'll put this neck on. Oh, that's right, ain't it? Yep. I gotta do something to it. Gotta put a little something in this hole down here. Because I remember this one here is a little stripped out. So we gotta put something in there. And so, you know, if you got a stripped out bolt, even if it's a, you know, here in the neck, it's still an easy fix. We're just gonna take a little sliver of wood here, and we'll break that and break that down a little bit so it's not so big. We'll just take a little shiver of that there, shove it down that hole. See, our screw's about that long right there, so if I stick about that much in there, so I'll just stick a little piece down there. I sink right to the bottom. And we'll take my little screwdriver and poke it down in there. Okay? Now we'll stick our screw back in. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting some bite. Alright. I'll screw right in there real nice and get a nice tight hold. Won't have to worry about it no more. Yep, good nice tight hold. Right there. Right there. Get that bottom. Alright. Looky there. Got this guitar together. Now all we gotta do is get the nut on her and get some strings on her. See if we're gonna do anything with this bridge here. Yeah, we're gonna adjust this bridge a little bit. We need to clean that up just a little bit. We're gonna clean up and adjust this bridge just a little bit here. Really not too tough to do. We're basically just gonna kind of get the saddles in the right spots a little bit. They should be staggered a bit. If my experience is, if I know what I'm doing, sometimes I wonder, but that's probably about where they're supposed to be, like something. You can't even see it. What am I bothering showing you? Anyways, it wasn't in the right, they're nowhere in the right spots. Nowhere near being in the right spots. So, we're gonna get them in the neighborhood at least, so that when we put it all together and put some strings on it, it should be close to being intonated. What's wrong with it? Alright, there we go. Alright, we're going to stick that back on there like that. Good to go. Okay, now, in fact, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to take just a little bit of our grease, and I'm going to put just a little smidge in a roller right there on the underside of that. That way, just a little something, something. So when because see, we got to turn these two, there's little screw heads in there, in that saddle. Oh, we're still down anyway. There's little screw holes in the saddle down here, or, you know, screw heads in there, and I put a little bit of grease in there just to make it so that it was, to make sure it was going to turn easy and jump like that, okay? So where's our bridge? We got our bridge right here. How's that looking? Nice and shiny still? Okay. And I guess we are ready. I think we're going to put some strings on it. And guess what? We got some super slinky Ernie balls, 9 through 42. Get them on here. And you've seen me put strings on about a gazillion times. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this body a wipe down here, and then we're going to put some strings on it, okay? So I'll be right back after we get that done. Alright, we're back, folks, or I'm back, and, well, it's been a day, you know, since I last did anything to this, but we have got it all done, and, man, it is sure looking good. Here she is. Look at that. I mean, that's just classic Les Paul. I mean, if you didn't know different, if you just looked right here just like that, you go, oh, that's a Les Paul. But it's not. It's got the trapezoid inlays. It's got the bound neck. The only thing different is it says MOJO shop guitar, baby. Oh yeah, look at that. And that's nice and looking good too, you know. It's got the nice little tuners on the back there. You know, this guitar might not be a Les Paul, and it might be a bolt-on neck. But I'll tell you one thing, it ain't slouching not one bit. It's got these nice little, basically, super distortions, but they're not DiMarzios, but they're, you know, they're dang good high output pickups. You know, it's got the wrap over strings. You know, we've done everything. It's nice, and this neck, nice and smooth up and down and everything like that. You know, it's doing what a guitar is supposed to do. And man, does it sound good. It's playing real nice and easy. Listen to this. You got some voice too, you know. Sounds real good. Yeah, it's playing real nice too. You know, we went over this. We got the intonation perfect. We got the pickup heights set. And, you know, we went over and tried it. And this one was a little bit louder than the bridge was. So we took this one down just a little bit. So they're nice and smooth. They're nice and even. So either way, you're not going to be louder with either pickup. And they're going to sound nice and blended. We radiused the pull pieces on the pickups so that they're going to have a nice even pull on the strings, which gives basically, you have a nice even magnetic pull on each one of these strings, so you get a nice harmonious full sound. Every last one of these notes up and down this neck plays perfectly in tune. We have made this neck so that it is ooh smooth along the sides. It's flat. It's, you know, it's been hydrated. It's had everything known to man done to it. This guitar is in the sweet spot. It's doing what it's supposed to do. You know, it's just, you can take an inexpensive guitar. It doesn't have to be the greatest guitar in the world. You know? It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It's just got to be given some love and some care and some time to get it where it's supposed to be. And I haven't really run across, you know, guitar. I've never really run across a guitar that you couldn't do something with it and get it playing good. You know, some play a little bit better than others when they're all done, but man, they're all playing good, and that, you know, it doesn't really matter. Well, I spend a lot of money on a guitar, so you know, you have to bring to somebody like me, and then we're gonna get it in the sweet spot just like you would a cheap guitar. You know, so save your money. You know, spend it someplace else. You know, buy your sweetheart some flowers or something like that, you know. Take a vacation instead of spending all your arm and leg on a guitar, you know. So what do you say we take this one on over to the, over here and give it a listen and see what she sounds like, hey? I think it sounds like a good idea. All right, folks, well, here she is. She sure is looking good. Look at that. Man, she's shining like a new penny. And them cream colored pickups sure do look nice in there, don't they? And the neck, man, if you didn't know better, you'd say this is a Les Paul. I'll tell you one thing, if you were to close your eyes and give it a little listen here, you'd hear something that's real nice and smooth. Now, we're going to do the neck pickup first. I'm just going to play a little G. That, don't that sound good? And you know, when you got the tuner on this thing and you play a G chord, it goes bam, G. On that tuner goes right up there. Listen to that pure sound. Man, my big fat fingers. hear it right there in the middle. So here's the neck, and then here's the middle. Kind of sound the same, don't they? Yeah, we got everything turned up. Now let's hear that neck, or the bridge. That's a real good sound. You know, no matter what, how you play it, how you slice it, it's all about the sound that's coming out of your guitar. It doesn't matter how much you paid for it, with the name up here. You know, if it says Gibson on the top of it, don't make it sound no better. You know, what makes it sound good is being good quality, set up right, doing the things it's supposed to. You know, notes playing right, and you know, just everything put where it's supposed to be. You know, so this all sounded nice and full and harmonic. Man, I'm gonna call this another good one, man. And you know, this belongs to the drummer for our band. And our band, his name is Corey. This has been in his family for quite a while, and he loves this guitar, and he's gonna love it even more when he gets to look at it. So, you know, I can't wait to give it to him. We can give it to him this afternoon and show it to him. It's all done. So, we're gonna call this another good one. This one's all full of mojo. I'm telling you one thing, it's got all kinds of mojo. But we're gonna say adios for now for Mojo Shop Guitar, baby.
Thank you for watching Mojo Shop Guitar. Please like,